Hey everyone, this is Armored, and today I want to make a short video or on an update from the previous Archipelago Raid that saw much of it being dominated by UOD, and obviously as HNB was underpowered, we kept on trying, and this was one of the sequence that most people did not see. HNB actually tried to fight back, and along with a couple of players from 59E, and from 59E, it was Amethyst and I am was who showed up. We actually tried to fight back and regain some territory, but of course, UOD these days they have a number of teams with which they have aligned themselves. They have merged a number of teams with themselves. One of them is NM49. So, a couple of towers were burned by a combination of rallies from Amethyst and Hans, and one rally from I forgot his name, but we were trying a triple rally onto the enemy. And this particular sequence, this is after we had, of course, we had fought for a couple of hours, like it was 4, maybe 5 hours, and I was only able to capture some action because I already had my storage filled up. Like you can see, Bongo, he showed up, Venom showed up. So they showed up at a time when, like, the fight had already been gone on for quite a while. And a number of players from FLWS, they were also there, from 300 Alliance, and then from UOD, of course, and then Venom and Bongo. Before, they were not present in the fight, and then they suddenly showed up as soon as we reached near checkpoint 6. We were trying to establish a tower and gain a foothold directly towards the checkpoint 6. We launched a couple of rallies and destroyed their tower. Created some space inside, rather towards tower checkpoint 6. So this was a very brilliant attempt, a valiant attempt from our side. We were already having, like you can see my resources right now. I'm literally out of food. I was literally out of food. I had used up all my boxes, and we were just at this position, just launching rallies, reinforcing the towers in garrison. And after burning a couple of towers, we tried to force our way inside towards checkpoint 6. You can see even Nom has ported forward, and like this tower, if it had been established, if it had been created, uh, things could have maybe taken a turn. Like we may not have taken checkpoint 6, but we would have obviously pushed towards checkpoint 6, which would have created a big dent in the defenses of the Green Legion. So a lot of, like, we did not actually have a place where to establish towers, so we can have a number of strong players across the water body. So this water body was a big problem for us. And of course, our try, like you can see, even Dr. Jekyll now ported forward. Amethyst was there. She was like, he was like a superstar during this Archipelago raid. And funnily enough, after this Archipelago raid ended, Amethyst joined up UOD for the Genesis War, along with, I think, a number of players from 59E. So it seems like UOD have merged with 59E and NM49 from the region 49 as well. So a very strong alliance right now. Yikes, why I'm showing this message? Like, it is recorded, and right now I am quite lazy to in fact even uh, remove this message. So on the bottom half, even the Blue Legion, the Azure Legion, they started pushing towards the checkpoint 6 from the bottom up. Like, in all honesty, if they had actually tried pushing along with us, like we were fighting for quite a long time, if they had shown up earlier and they had started pushing, maybe the outcome of the battle might have been a little different. but that is not something we can be sure of, because they might have been fighting for a while on their side as well, and you may never know what kind of condition they are in terms of troops, in terms of resources, and in terms of various things like a number of factors. So this was the tower before, like we burned it down, and this guy was literally exposed, and he has a might of 296 million, like he was a 300 million plus might, a whale, and hence literally destroyed his garrison. The exchanges were very favorable in terms of deaths, in terms of heavily wounded towards the rally of Huns. You can see the basic exchanges. They're already in favor of the offender. Like this guy was pretty lucky. If we hadn't been actually pushing into the area of UOD, or maybe the Green Legion, the Jade Legion, then he would have been 100% zeroed. But of course, all the resources from Amadis, from Hans, from Iron from Nom, like from all the big whales, they were directed towards creating space for the tower, right? So this created some trouble for us to actually zero down this guy. And of course, if this guy had been zeroed down, if he had been burned, a lot of people would have their bellies full with the resources. But this was not to be. We would have loved to have actually burned him down, but did not have the time, right? We It was quite a time sensitive matter. Like you can see Cocobongo, he showed up, then Venom, he showed up, and again this guy, he was lucky. Literally, he was quite lucky that we were very short on time. We had a small window of opportunity, and this had to be exploited. If we did not exploit it, we would not have been able to even create a single tower in the heart of their defenses, like you guys just saw earlier. So yeah, this guy, he lost a lot of might, but not much of his troops, just for the reason that defenses or reinforcements from UOD, they showed up and they actually started to protect this guy. So this was one of the toughest archipelago raid in the recent time, but I actually enjoyed it quite a lot. Fought for a very long time. If we had maybe two, maybe three whales which were taking their time off, things could have been different, because we were lacking rally leaders. And in case if some of the rally leaders went for the offensive in the field battles, then it opened up space for the garrison. It opened up the space for sieging the towers. So yeah, small little margins which were quite in favor of UOD for this particular archipelago raid. And even from 59E, they did put up a hell of a fight. Amadeus, I am was, Dr. Jekyll. A number of the other players also showed up, but of course, UOD proved themselves to be like one of the top teams, and they were amply backed by FLWS. So on the side of HNB and on the side of 59E, a lot of people were actually taking rest. Like one of their stronger players, Apes, a leader. A lot of people on the top tiers know this guy. So yeah, you can see he fell down to 215 million might. He went even further below. Like I think he touched 200 million, and then the rallies started dying. We started running out of troops, and then of course either these guys started waking up, or it was someone else using their account. Probably their logins were shared, because it was very late at night. for most of the Asians, and at this time, most of the Asians do not play. But yeah, one thing I do want to point out: most of the game times of Doomsday Last Survivor, they are actually quite favorable to the Asian times. So this is one of the methods that was being adopted. Triple rally, first rally was launched for tanking up the damage by Ahan 22, whatever his name is. It is Ahan or Anta, whatever. Like I cannot read Russian. Then two rallies, one from Hans and one from Amethyst for dealing the damage onto the tower. But yeah, these reinforcements from Coco Bongo is probably in the top five of the most strongest players in the game. And this guy is like the Prince of Arabia. He's filthy rich, it seems. His arms are extremely great. Then his vehicle, he's really strong. I believe he has 84 million might on Arena of Doom. So just imagine that. So hitting him, like hitting one of his squads, him, Save Me, Poe, Hans, hitting these guys, hitting one of their squads is like you are hitting an antipede. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Have a good day, and hopefully you enjoyed this video as well.